if you want to be in shape, you want to have a healthy lifestyle, you want to eat the right foods, it's not an easy task.
But at the same time, like they're not taking care of themselves physically, mentally. They're not eating enough. They're not training. They're not meditating. Like, what advice would you just have? Hello, and everyone. Welcome to EntrepreneurFit. As always, I'm your host, Jared Lane. With us today is CEO of FUEL4LIFE MEALs, Martial Zulkifli. Martial, hello and welcome.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. It's really exciting for me to have you on this show today, as you and I have a lot of history together. I've seen you earlier on in your career when we worked as sales to build this company, basically brick by brick, and how on a daily basis, annual, weekly basis, whatever you have it, that you continually manage a healthy lifestyle. So, overall, just really excited to have you on the show. So thank you for being here today. Also, guys, hey, if you can do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel below, that would be awesome. So, Martial, can you tell us a little bit about FUEL4LIFE and, what you guys do as a company?
So we are a meal prep company. We help people with nutrition. We give nutrition guidance, and we supply the food for it. When we started it, we basically were looking to just provide meals to anybody that was into like fitness, sports, and all that stuff. Since then, it has expanded into just helping people be healthy all around.
Awesome. I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand with like what's going on, today in our society with the current pandemic. Now more than ever, we're seeing, the people that have been affected by COVID-19, as opposed to like those who have not been really incorporating these, healthy lifestyle choices, right? I'm sure you can attest to that with what you've seen.
Yeah, I mean, you're in control of like your own immune system on how you live on a day-to-day basis. It has been very trying for people that do not live a healthy lifestyle, specifically more like elders or obesity, pre-existing conditions,
Right.
We are right now the busiest we've ever been because of this.
As busy as you guys are, on a daily basis, how do you go about incorporating, healthy lifestyle choices for you personally?
So I wake up relatively early in the morning, usually around 4:35 in the morning. I have my breakfast, and then I go into my garage and I train for an hour, hour and a half. I've been doing meal prep for myself for over 15 years now. So for me, it is, I set my timer on my phone every single day still, because I do get really, really busy. And there are times that I forget that like it's time to eat. There's other times that I'm starving, so I see how long I have to go till a meal.
How many calories per day are you eating?
Right now I'm about 3,600 a day. I do it based on my energy, It could be I could have like a more of a tired day or whatever, like, and I'll take in more fats to get more energy, and that's a lot of calories right there. But I also track what I'm burning as well. So
well, yeah. So I mean, so you're constantly on the go, right?
Yeah.
Like after this meeting, you got somewhere you got to get to. For those maybe who can't take advantage of FUEL4LIFE, how can they make sure they are just making sure they're getting those meals, getting these workouts in?
I mean, before I started the company, it was I mean, to this day, I still have a cooler that's in my car all the time. I was in sales before I did this, so I was always on the road. I just basically, I load my cooler. I wake up, I train, I do some work, I get in my car, and then basically that's where I take like a good 30 minutes or so to meditate, when I'm going from home to the office.
Very, very regimented. And that was going to be like one of my questions that I was going to ask, for you. Do you currently meditate or do you do yoga? So you said you do meditate.
Yeah, like I said, I need like at least 30 minutes a day where it's just me, like with no thoughts at all. Because as soon as I get into the office, it's all right, what do I got to do? Where's my schedule laid out? So
it's go time.
Yeah.
How many hours a day, like now, would you say you're working, or on average?
So when the pandemic started, I was probably working about anywhere from 15 to 20 hours a day. Since then, it's calmed down. I mean, like, since I started the company, I work 7 days a week.
Well, again, that kind of goes hand in hand, like what the point and the message I'm trying to get across to everybody that's watching, right? As regimented as you are and as many hours a day per week you do work, you still find time to wake up early, train, eat these consistent calories on a daily basis. and find time for meditation because you know it's important for basically your peace of mind and just like overall your health, right?
If you want to be in shape, you want to have a healthy lifestyle, you want to eat the right foods, it's not an easy task. Like it is very hard work. If it wasn't hard work, everybody would be in shape, but it is hard work. So it's just something that, like I think they say like 66 days of discipline, it's no longer discipline, it becomes a habit.
Do you track your meals? Like, do you use any apps? Do you keep like meals on a spreadsheet? Like, what do you do to make sure like, hey, I'm hitting these, 3,000 calories?
I've always just done it on my own. Like I've never used any apps for that stuff. Once I learned what the ratios were and what the macros were, I pretty much knew, like if I was trying to gain weight, I knew what I had to hit. And I made my meals accordingly to them.
I mean, if like a viewer is watching this, like in Los Angeles, I mean, Fuel for Life could ship their meals to them, right? You guys can help out, like when it comes to portions.
I mean, we do, like I said, like, we do that. We help with the nutrition part of it. We work with so many different people. Like when we're working with the guys that are getting ready for the combine for the NFL, we're dealing with guys that are not normal, like size human beings.
What would you personally choose over the two, cardio or weight training?
Weight training.
And what's your favorite like weight training exercise?
Right now, particularly I like shoulders.
So your favorite time to work out, you said every day is 4:30 in the morning. You're regimented. That's your thing. Like go to, you want to bang it out before you start your day, correct?
It has been over the past year. It hasn't always been like that. I used to like have to have like 4 or 5 meals in me before I worked out. Based on my schedule, I had to adjust it. When this thing started in March, like I was I was still working at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
Right.
And I wasn't able to go to like somebody's gym and go work out. So I trained in my garage.
Does the company itself offer like any wellness programs for the employees?
I mean, we obviously give them their diet plans if they ask for it. We pay for their gym memberships. I mean, if they're not healthy, they're not going to we work hard here. Right now we have over 3,000 meals a week going out. So, they got to be sharp. They got to be on top of their game. Every meal is different. And that's just a big part of it right there.
For like the business owners, CEOs, entrepreneurs, watching the show right now, like what advice would you have for them? Somebody that's like, just like so all over the place, scatterbrained. Obviously they're focused right now on trying to keep their business or grow their business. Or keep the work that's coming in because maybe they're just like so overloaded and they're like crushing it right now. But at the same time, like they're not taking care of themselves physically, mentally. They're not eating enough. They're not training. They're not meditating. Like, what advice would you just have for them?
Your health is number one, right? So if you're not eating right, you're not training on a regular basis, or this is just for me. If I'm not eating right, if I'm not training, then like I know that I'm not going to be able to focus with everything going on. It's hard not to be all over the place, but you still got to have time. And that's what I find like in my mornings when I'm just alone with myself is like, all right, so what do I do? Like, how am I going towards my company and what builds my company?